All right, so we're just doing a kind of an early review of Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That's the name of it, right? Fucking Sarah Marshall.
I keep screwing it up too. I'm like, what is it? Either the name or the forgetting. You're like,
Marshall.
It's not fuck Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
No, but,
Although there's a little bit of that too.
and I do have a fan fiction version of this, since it is Kristen Bell who plays the role of Sarah Marshall.
Christian Bell, ain't she the one that you called Manly from the Manish?
No. That's Lake Bell.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm fighting words.
I call Christian Bale manly.
Well, I hope so.
Oh,
Shit,
gee,
that's
you
an
have a
ugly
love affair
bitch.
with a Batman. There's a surprise. We should get through 10 seconds of this review before you brought up Batman.
Christian Bale's made a lot of movies other than Batman.
Yeah, but name one.
I'm just saying,
The Prestige, The Machinist.
if Christian Bell is a woman, then that dude's fucked up. So what's this movie about then? You keep comparing it to who? Judd Apatow has something to do with
Judd
this?
Apatow produced this. This movie is really freaking awesome. This is the funniest thing I've seen since Superbad, and I think it's funnier than Superbad.
It is funnier than Superbad. It's the funniest thing I've seen since 40-Year-Old Virgin, which I know you didn't like quite as much, but still, I mean, it is that good.
It's the kind of thing where we can debate what movies it's funnier. It is. Yeah. This is a movie about a guy who's just some dude who is dating one of the hottest girls in Hollywood, and then she shows up one day and says, "Look, we're breaking up," and he's broken up, he's destroyed, and he has to get out of town. He can't take it anymore, so he decides to go to this resort to get away from it all, to maybe bang a few chicks and try to get over her. And guess who shows up with her new douchebag British boyfriend? And it's all about him trying to come to grips with this breakup while she's sitting right there fucking some other guy.
I'm not impressed. I go through this shit every week.
Except this is funny.
He should have gone to Mexico.
What's odd is that when I heard the description of this, I was like, yeah, I've seen this movie. I've seen this a billion times. It's another one of those awkward, uncomfortable. This easily could have been Ben Stiller playing the role.
Exactly.
Or Jason Biggs.
Yeah, but guess what? It ain't that movie at all. They do something completely different with it, and that's that they make all the characters like real people. They all do stuff real people actually do, and yet still be much funnier than these cartoon, cardboard cutout, lame, stumbling over the couch situations that end up in these Ben Stiller comedies.
So who's in this movie now? Because I was going to guess that Ben Stiller was.
Right. It's Jason Segel. Is that his name?
Yeah, Jason Segel. You know him probably as he's one of the main characters on How I Met Your Mother. He's the one who's dating
Allison
Hannigan.
I don't watch that show. Wait, isn't he one of the guys in Knocked Up? Like he's one of the Judd Apatow players.
And he was in Freaks and Geeks, the original Judd Apatow show.
Judd Apatow Theater presents.
Just all of a sudden seeing them doing like Pride and Prejudice.
It's funny because like mostly I love what he does, and everybody loves Apatow. Apparently, he's got a huge gang of players and friends, and sometimes he puts out stuff like this with his buddies. Sometimes he puts out stuff like Drill Bit Taylor. So you don't win all the time. But, this is one of the ones where that formula really works. And strangely enough, Jason Segel, who I didn't even know was a writer, wrote this whole thing. He's the only person credited with writing it. And wow, he is one funny motherfucker. I tell you
who
what.
wrote this?
The lead actor, Jason Segel.
Jason Segel.
Yeah.
Well, this seems to be the other formula. The other Judd Apatow formula is like, always works with his buddies and lets one of them write a movie every so often.
Yeah, well, Seth Rogen, who
wrote
acted
Knocked Up,
for a long
right?
time. No. He didn't write Knocked Up. Seth Rogen wrote Superbad.
Superbad. That's what I'm thinking.
Now, wasn't Walk Hard actually partially written by, what's his name, the lead actor?
Johnny
C.
Cash?
Reilly?
Johnny Cash? Yes, he came back from the dead to write Walk Hard.
No, that was a long lost script that never got produced until Judd Apatow got found.
Yeah, he just comes. It's like I'm pissed as shit that they made my movie by copy and Ray, so I wanted to write my own movie making fun of their movie.
I wasn't a drug addict for 90% of my life. What the hell is this shit all about?
No, but this what works best in this movie is what Cyrus was talking about. The fact that everyone in this movie is guilty of something. Even though this guy had this beautiful girl break up with him, there comes a point in the movie where you find out why she broke up with him. And it's one of those things where it's like, man, I've had that breakup. That sucks. And you still feel bad for him, but you also feel bad for her and realize what she went through. But she's still kind of a douche for, running off with this fucking English guy. But man, is it funny.
Yeah, they've all got depth. Even the douchey English guy. There's a scene that you genuinely come out of it going, okay, he's a douche, but he's a guy I could party with. I could see wanting to hang with that guy.
So this sounds like Lost, where like you hate everybody at first, but then you find out more about him, and then you go like, oh, I like that guy.
No, because the douchey English guy didn't shoot two of the characters and then
Hey! Some of us haven't watched all of the latest episodes.
Well, see, man, I already don't like this movie because I'm getting tired of these British ass motherfuckers coming over here, taking women.
You're gonna laugh your ass off.
Well,
about
see,
it, though.
you know, look, I see all these British dudes coming over here, and they're like, "Oh, I love America. I just go down the street and people say hello." And then I'm like, I went over to the UK and people didn't say shit to me except fuck Bush. That's what. And I looked at them and I'm like, that's what I'm trying to do. You know? So
Really, I didn't know he was your type, Corey.
you know what the hell I'm talking about.
Well, now see, this is funny to me because, like, okay, this is the prime example of why I get tired of people asking me, "What do you think of this trailer? What do you think of this trailer? What do you think of this trailer?" Because to me, the trailers for this movie suck.
No, they
It makes
do.
it look like ass. So for y'all to come back and say,
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yes.
'Cause I didn't even know there was a movie called Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Now, when I was in New York, I walked all around the subway and they had these funny posters up that just had the words, "Yes, you do look tight in those jeans." And I'm like,
okay,
Yeah,
the fuck
it's
is
a
this?
terrible marketing thing. The only thing is they want to put the name in people's heads, so they're saying, "What the fuck is that?" I think because other than that, I mean, the trailer. The only good thing about the trailer is seeing Kristen Bell have sex. You know, you're like, okay, well, that was hot, but it certainly wasn't funny. And I was so disaffected by all that. But when I saw the movie, it took me about 20 minutes or so to really get into it because I was just kind of. Well, I don't really know what they're doing here. It's not what I expected, and then once you realize the groove, you're just in. You're in there for the ride. I was wiping tears out of my eyes. I was laughing so hard more than once.
it's funny when I was in New York and those posters where they say, "Yes, you do look tight in those jeans." There were women standing in front of the poster. Fuck you! Like, well, it's working on somebody.
Well, the ones I've seen are the online ads that are like, my mom always hated you, Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
And
Wow. Okay.
you know, things like that. Yeah, no, it's a weird campaign, but it's once the movie comes out, it's going to mean a lot to people. Once you've seen the movie and you start seeing those ads, it's funny and you realize where this is coming from, and it's a very real film that's just really fucking
Well,
funny.
it reminds me of when the 40-Year-Old Virgin came out because I didn't see anything except what's that boy's name?
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell.
On that poster.
Where he's looking up in the air like he's retarded or gay or blind or something.
right. And at that point, you know, to me, Judd Apatow was Will Ferrell and kicking and screaming. So I'm like, great, I got to sit through this bullshit. And it was the funniest movie I ever saw.
Man, yeah, I didn't know what it was about.
You
and
bitched
yeah.
for days about going to that movie. You're like, man, I got to see that movie with a bunch of my friends from work. Man, I'm so screwed. But then you came back, you're like, dude, that was so funny. I had to go back and see it a second time.
Yeah.
I remember, and I remember like whispering under my breath when you told me. Like Leon came up and was like, "Man, that movie was hilarious. It's funny." I was like, "Yeah, no, it sounds good. You dumb motherfucker."
And if this,
Right.
if this reminds you of anything, it'll remind you of that in the sense that, like I said, these feel like real people in the middle of a crazier comedy. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, they've done it's wacky the stuff that happens to them on some level, but they react to them like but in a believable way.
Well, I wonder if like say the 40-Year-Old Virgin and Knocked Up and Superbad and now Forgetting Sarah Marshall. It's almost like these are almost like the same movie. Not exactly the same movie, but they're connected. And depending on your personal status, you will identify with one of them more than the other.
It's the Apatow verse.
It's what it is it's a movement in comedy. I mean, really, we're moving towards this where we've got some people who are making very funny movies about very real people. And they're just exaggerating it just enough to make it funny, but you're sitting there laughing because it's so true.
Man, this ain't no movement. This is a bunch of rich people saying, "Hey, you want a movie? Sure, go ahead, man. Go right away. We got millions of dollars. Go
Well,
ahead."
those are the Will Ferrell ones. Where they're like, screw it. What difference?
As a matter of fact, what are you guys doing? You know, how come we ain't rich and handing out movies to each other? Y'all slipping, man.
Aren't we rich doing this? Like aren't we supposed to get some big fat paychecks at the end of
Don't we
next
work
month?
for you? Aren't you the one who's supposed to be?
We're rich with respect and love, right? I need some money.
I'm rich in 13-year-old girls that really dig my voice. So
Man, you are. I swear to God. You're just like King Midas with 13-year-old girls who love you.
And see, that's the thing. He's got so many 13-year-old girls that love him. Eventually, he's going to have to say yes to one of them.
no, eventually I'm going to have my own Disney movie. Is what's going to happen?
He's a King Midas with 13-year-old girls. Like, if he touches you, you turn into a 13-year-old girl. I cannot use these hands anymore, but I can use his dick.
Except what would happen is Corey would come up and go, "We need to make a deal."
Yeah, then somebody would be getting a steady paycheck.
Look here,
from
brother.
this
Let me take some of these
film
off your hand. Oh man, now people think we're a bunch of perverts.
and
Yeah, they never thought that before.
That never would have occurred to anyone.
I was letting y'all slide. I was gonna be like, I'm the only one here. I was trying to get y'all off the hook, but nah. So speaking of perverts, what's this I hear about a bunch of man penis in this movie?
There is a lot of man penis in this movie. I can draw Jason Segel's member from memory, dude. He keeps getting caught naked by everybody in this fucking movie.
And it's
Check,
funny,
please.
It's funny because like when it's like you always hear woman bitch like well I don't understand. There's always breasts in the movies. We never see the males naked, but whenever you do, it's always like dudes like Dennis Franz and like this guy Jason Segel, who he's not like spectacularly unhandsome, but he's like me. He's like got big old love handles and shit. You're like, yeah, I don't think that's what the women were looking for really there. They were hoping George Clooney was gonna get naked, not Jason Segel.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't ever get none of those handsome guys stripping down.
But that's when George Clooney's naked, it's not funny. But when you see this guy kind of run around and then grapple his sack before anybody sees it, it's kind of funny.
Or Borat, right? Like the ladies were going, "Oh yeah, we can hardly wait to see that Harry."
I don't mean to like steer the conversation away from the topic at hand, but
But no, please do.
But please, I mean, just to address this thing about nudity with men and women, because I don't want to seem like I'm homophobic, because we're not.
No, because you love dudes.
Yes, exactly,
Like you still
love
have a
getting
little
yourself
cock
a nice
right
piece
there.
of ass.
exactly. Damn, boy, y'all just pin everything on me. I want to fuck 13-year-olds. I'm a big womanizer. I'm gay. I'm into bestiality.
I didn't realize you were a
you're a
Catholic
catch-all.
priest.
See, you can have it all.
I can't do nothing. I'm just running down the street with my dick out. Get out the way. Just move. You see me like fucking a car. It no matter what it is, I get pinned with it. But hey, I saw you fucking your Snoopy doll the other day.
Corey, maybe you need to take a good hard look at your life, or a good long.
No, I
look
was going to
at
say
your
not a
life.
hard
Not
look.
hard
That's going to make the problem worse.
Just consider these recording sessions as interventions.
Exactly, yeah,
Your weekly reminder: stop fucking everything.
You see the cat stop moving when I come outside. Shit, here he comes. Stand still, motherfucker! I can't. I'm gonna fall. He's on me.
He can't see you if you don't move. He's like a T-Rex.
I had a point about nudity, but I'm
I
finna
forgot
walk
where I
away
was
from
going.
this shit now. I ain't gonna touch it. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna record it by myself while I'm fucking a cat.
Some pussy.
What you think, kitty?
It's a living.
So anyway, this movie, you say Leon and I should look forward to this very much because it's great.
Absolutely, this should be that movie that is so on your radar that when this next screening comes up, you guys do not miss it.
Yeah, we always talk about the prices, and most of the time, we're not actually going to go pay to see a movie, but I would pay full price to go see this movie gladly again.
I'm gonna go and pay full price to see it again. I can't wait for it to come out again.
Yeah, we don't have anymore. Well, should I pay full price for it? Is it worth me risking getting caught by by the usher, the police stopping me, and I'm getting embarrassed? Is it worth that much?
Sure.
Because we don't trust you.
More so than Shudder. Hey, now, if me and Carlisle come to an agreement about something,
That's
it does
true.
hand it a little more weight.
That's true.
Just one of us separately, sure, I can see grain of salt, but
Okay, all right, you got it. We'll go see this, and we'll promptly come back and say, "What the fuck were y'all thinking?"
You'll draw a picture of somebody's man penis.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah.
There's not nearly as much man penis as you're thinking now, but it
I don't know. He can imagine a lot.
and there
Apparently
is,
so.
and he does every chance he gets.
and there is still photographed that 70s showgirls boobies, so that was different.
Which 70s?
yeah.
Redhead?
No, unfortunately not.
Oh,
the other one, the doofy one,
Mila Kunis.
Yeah, Mila
her.
Kunis, yeah.
Oh,
The
that-
cute one.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, shit, they all cute to me. I don't know. I'll fuck that mom on that show.
Yeah, look, what did we just
yeah,
get
there's
done talking about?
there's a
I like that you corrected us earlier.
But she is a woman. It wasn't like I'd say I'd fuck the car on that
Yeah, I was
show.
going to say the 76 Ford
well, that's
Torino. he's had
because you're
sex
not
with.
really big into station wagons.
There's a goldfish in that living room. I'd fuck that goldfish.
Well, with enough duct tape.
All right, I'm getting out of here. Damn.